This penal colony about 100 kilometers east of Moscow is where outspoken Kremlin critic Alexey Navalny has been jailed since last month after surviving a poison attack last year. On Tuesday, the Biden administration declassified intelligence showing that Moscow orchestrated the poisoning and announced sanctions on 14 Russian entities and 7 senior members of the Russian government.
Expansion of sanctions under the Chemical and Biological Weapons Control and Warfare Elimination Act, new export restrictions on items that could be used for biological agent and chemical production, and visa restrictions.
Press Secretary Jen Psaki repeated U.S. demands for Navalny's release. The opposition leader's arrest set off nationwide street protests in Russia last month. Navalny contends his jailing is politically motivated. The U.S. sanctions were coordinated with European partners and Britain, but not specifically directed at President Vladimir Putin or the oligarchs of his inner circle.
Russia is a huge country. It has a lot of ways to influence the events in many parts of the world. So I understand that the only thing that Biden's administration could do is to send signals. These are strong signals, but these are just signals. This is not something that has a material effect.
The White House denies the sanctions are largely symbolic. Responding to VOA, Psaki acknowledged it is important to maintain relations with Moscow on many issues, including on the Iran nuclear negotiation.
Russia is a P5+1 partner. They were as we pursued the JCPOA under the Obama-Biden administration, and they certainly would be a key partner if that diplomatic process were to move forward. So the point is, there are areas where we disagree. There are areas where there's significant challenge. There are also areas where we are going to work with the Russians, as we would with most global partners, when we need to take steps that are in the interest of the United States.
Last month, President Joe Biden said that unlike his predecessor, he has made clear to Putin that the U.S. will no longer tolerate Russian aggressive actions, including election interference, cyber attacks, and the poisoning of its citizens. But analysts say Biden's policy toward Russia must allow room for engagement in areas of mutual interest.
This includes arms control, a positive environmental and economic agenda in the Arctic, to some extent climate change, and a couple of regional theaters where we both have troops, including in Syria. So there's a need to work with Russia on a range of issues, and I think the Biden administration will pursue both cooperation and try to reestablish clear lines of what they regard as appropriate norms of international behavior.
Meanwhile, Moscow has already vowed to retaliate against the sanctions. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News.